Today we are exploring Frankenmuth, Michigan's Little Bavaria. Frankenmuth is known for its Bavarian theme, which is the southernmost state in Germany.
So here you'll experience all that Bavarian hospitality, family, friendly, festive fun all year long. All over town there are German-themed buildings, the architecture is very quaint, there are activities, restaurants, shops, attractions. Can't wait to check it out. This is the historic Frankenmuth covered bridge. It is 239 feet long and weighs 230 tons. It's made almost entirely out of wood, except for the nails and those sorts of things, of course. But it's also just really pretty. We also noted it is 13 feet 8 inches high, which means we could technically drive our RV through it. The bridge crosses the Cass River, which you can actually take boat tours on, including on the Bavarian Belle riverboat here. So this boat is an authentic paddleboard riverboat. It's a mouthful, but it's beautiful. We just saw it come under the bridge with its paddles spinning and it sounded its horn. So that would be a fun way to see the city from the water. An alternative is these smaller, I think they're called fun ships. They're electric powered, they hold less people. We saw one of those coming through here not long ago as well, and they do things like wine and chocolate tasting boat tours. So that could be fun. Or you can bring your own kayak or rent one and see the city on the river that way.
From the perspective of a couple of people that have never been here before, this is really neat. It's actually a bit more than I expected.
Yeah, there are more buildings, more shops, more interesting architecture, and it's very walkable too. Everything is much closer together than I expected, so that's nice. And it's no Germany, it's no Europe, but it's a fun approximation of it, and they've put a lot of those nice little touches that you would expect to find there. So, you know, go to Germany if you can, but if not, this is a fun place to come.
Definitely. I think there's a number of other cities across the US that model themselves after European themes. And I would say of the ones that we have seen, which is not that many, this is one of the better ones.
Even though there's lots of shopping and restaurants all over the city, one of the places to come is River Place Shops. This is an outdoor shopping area with lots of restaurants, wineries, all sorts of things. So we're excited to walk around a little bit and see what they have. And I've already marked a few things on my list that I want to try. Another fun thing that I read is that they have heated sidewalks here, so you can come year round.
It's worth mentioning that they've got all sorts of different kinds of events, including Oktoberfest, of course, but also a hot air balloon festival and a dog bowl. don't know why they bothered to seal it. So I ended up getting a peanut butter cup, cookies and cream, and regular chocolate fudge. So the verdict is in, and interestingly enough, I think we like the original regular fudge the best.
Yeah, which I think that's a good sign when a place has the original chocolate fudge and it's fantastic and they don't have to try to cover it up with all the other flavors. So we really, really enjoyed that, but the Oreo was a close second. Although you probably can't go wrong because the peanut butter was good too, but we had to rank them.
So definitely not a Bavarian themed dinner tonight, but Michigan themed.
We got some pasties from the Pasty Haus, and actually it's been quite a while from when we first walked in there to now when we're sitting here about to eat, because it turned out they didn't have any made. They said put your order in now, it'll be an hour, or you can take them home and cook them yourselves. We didn't want to do that today, so here we are an hour later. We didn't film anything in between because there was some hangriness going on. If you're not familiar with what a pasty is, it's a traditional baked pastry, kind of like a handheld chicken pot pie. And traditionally, I think they're filled with certain things like beef, though there is some controversy apparently from what I read if the beef should be cubed, if it should be shredded, how it should be presented, and then whether it is served with gravy or ketchup. So we are not in the UP yet of Michigan. That is where you find them more often, but we are excited to try these and then compare them to more as we continue to travel.
So they originated in Cornwall in the UK and they were brought over to Michigan. They were really popular with copper miners because it was a handheld hearty meal that they could actually reheat in a shovel over a flame.
Very good. Mine is a Reuben, and definitely different than a traditional Reuben, but it's really good, and I have some dressing to dip it into. It's really flaky, so it's just crumbling all over me. But we've taken turns trying each other's, and they're all a success, I'd say. Everybody is very happy with theirs.
I think you could put just about anything inside that flaky crust and it would be good. Mine was ham and cheese and it is really, really good.
Mine is a cheeseburger. I love it.
Nathan, what do you have?
A pizza.
Yes, yours is Meat Lovers Pizza. Yum. So I thought we were done filming for this meal, and then I had to show you guys. Kevin is finishing his third pasty because, of course, the kids couldn't get through their entire pasty, so here he is.
Don't waste food. I'm looking forward to having more pasties in my life over the next couple of weeks for sure.
Ah!
Whoa.
Go get him, quick.
We're back in town today for lunch. Now the question is, do we eat at Zender's or the Bavarian Inn? Both are really popular places here in town and both offer the famous fried chicken for the area. We're gonna try the Bavarian Inn because it's got a little bit more of a German theme, and so we're gonna check out some German themed food.
So we're eating outside on the patio by the Bavarian Inn, and officially it's called Michigan on Main, but it's essentially the bar and grill menu for the Bavarian Inn, it looks like. So we're gonna try their famous chicken and find something that's a little bit more German themed, like their Bratwurst. Tell you a little bit of the history of Zender's and the Bavarian Inn restaurant. Even though you might think they are two separate entities, and they are, their histories are very much linked. The Zender family actually bought the Zender's hotel and restaurant back when it was called the New Exchange Hotel. And so they started over there, and there was another hotel across the road called the Fisher Hotel. And so after they bought the Fisher's Hotel, they're the ones who decided to do the whole German Bavarian Inn theme, change the name. But it was actually over here at the Bavarian Inn where they are credited with the famous chicken dinners. So that started here, though they say the two recipes and the tastes slightly differ between the two restaurants, of course. So you're gonna have to come here yourself, take your pick, maybe eat at both places and compare. So we'll see what our chicken is like today. But I find that story fascinating, just the history between the two places, how they started, and that they're still run by subsequent generations of the Zenders to this day.
So another funny story is because both places have been around for so long, there's actually a funny story with prohibition laws. Both establishments got in trouble with prohibition going on. They got raided and fined $5,000 and $8,000 respectively. Thankfully, that is not a problem today.
We've been sharing these plates and really enjoying it. Especially these cheese puffs are really good. The bratwurst is really good. The flavors in there are just exceptional. The sauerkraut is delicious. The chicken is also very good. And what we want to say about that is, I think that it's really good chicken, but for us it's still fried chicken. When you come here, it's like we want the German food, we want to experience that. So maybe try the family style, all you can eat sit down meal and make it an experience. But if you're just ordering a plate of chicken, don't expect it to blow your socks off, but it's very good.
Next, we headed over to the Frankenmuth Cheese Haus for the Glockenspiel and a different kind of dessert.
And in front of the Cheese Haus is the Cheese Haus mouse, which apparently is one of the most photographed things in the entire city, which is kind of funny to me. But our kids really like him, so we have taken our own pictures with him as well.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Frankenmuth Cheese Haus. We're happy to have you here with us today. In just a minute, we're going to begin our fascinating story about some of the cheeses you will find right here at the Frankenmuth Cheese Haus.
So that was the Glockenspiel in front of the Cheese Haus. This one is not quite a traditional Glockenspiel. There's one of those over at the Bavarian Inn that we're also going to try to catch, but this one was interesting since it told from a kid's perspective the different kinds of cheeses that are made in different countries. And all those cheeses are available in the Cheese Haus. There's one in particular that we have had our eyes on and that we're going to get some of to try. What we got was this chocolate cheese, and Kevin was advised that it tastes more like cheesecake. But apparently this is one of the unique items that you can buy in there, and we'll test it out for you. First things, I'm surprised by how it looks on the inside because I thought that it was cheese on the inside covered with a layer of chocolate, but it's actually, the entire thing is chocolate cheese.
So I gotta admit, I was a little bit weirded out when I heard about the whole chocolate cheese thing. Kind of strange. But the lady inside said it was more like cheesecake, which totally makes sense. And I've gotta say, it is exactly like cheesecake. It's just like eating a block of cheesecake with your hand. It is really, really good.
Unfortunately, the Glockenspiel is not running. It was running yesterday, and then near the end of the day, we saw the little door on the right stuck open, and one of the little figurines hadn't quite gone in, so I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Kevin read that quite often Glockenspiels have some kind of malfunction and stop working and then have to be fixed. A nice lady stopped by and reminded us that everything is on YouTube these days, and we can watch this on YouTube. So that's what we're doing right now.
We are now at Bronners Christmas Wonderland.
And even though we are approaching summer, so far from Christmas, we wanted to come check it out because apparently this is the world's largest Christmas store.
In fact, it is the size of 1.5 football fields.
The building just sprawls. I mean, this place is huge, and inside they have all sorts of decorations. They sell all sorts of Christmas related things. So this is just a fun place to check out any time of year, or if you're enterprising and already planning ahead for Christmas.
Also on site is Bronners Silent Night Memorial Chapel.
It's a 56-foot tall landmark, and it is a replica of the original chapel in Oberndorf, Salzburg, Austria. It marks the site where Silent Night was first sung on Christmas Eve in 1818.
Also on site is Christmas Lane, which has Christmas lights up year-round, and you can drive through it.
It has 100,000 lights, but to get the full effect, you really need to see that at night.
And that is Frankenmuth, and you can have a free Christmas light drive any night of the year.
We think they did a great job for an American German city in the US, and we hope that you make it here someday too. If you do come here after watching our video, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
See you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.